Hey everybody, welcome back to Tom's Movie Channel. I'm Tom Hanyadi. Hope you're all doing well and appreciate everybody for checking out this channel and watching my videos. Really appreciate everybody being here. So for today's video, okay, I'm going to start a new series. I'm going to showcase my 5 favorite films from every year I've been alive. I just turned 50 in April, so I thought, hey, why not take a chance and have a little fun picking my 5 favorite films from every year I've been alive. And let me tell you, it's already been a challenge just for this first year alone. And I think there's going to be some really tough years here in future videos. So also another thing to remember is I'm only picking films that I have in my collection. So obviously there's years where some of my favorite films are still not on Blu-ray, so I won't be able to include them because I don't physically own them yet. So again, it's just films that I have in my collection at the moment. And remember, these are my picks. You might have different picks, and I hope you do. And if you do, please put them down in the comment section. I would love to read your favorite films from each year as I do this from video to video, and it will be one year per videos, or else I'll be here till 2, 3, 4 hours, and I don't want to do that. And I'm sure you don't want to watch 4 hours of me talking about you know my favorite films. Maybe you do. I don't know, but we're not going to try. Anyways, the first film I want to talk about today in 1973 is the film Sleeper. Okay, Woody Allen directs this film. Co-writer Diane Keaton's here. This is the first time, not the first time they worked together, but this is the first time Woody Allen actually directs Diane Keaton. This is a great futuristic parody. It's also a throwback to the physical comedies of the silent era, Buster Keaton, Harold Lloyd, and such. To me, this film still holds up. It's still very funny in my opinion. So probably my favorite early film of Woody Allen's. And if you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend you all checking out Sleeper. All right. Next up, it's a buddy road film, if you will, and it's called Scarecrow. Okay, this is Gene Hackman, Al Pacino, directed by Jerry Schatzberg. Now, Gene Hackman is a ex-convict, and Al Pacino is a ex-sailor from just got out of the Navy. And Gene Hackman has this great idea. He wants to travel to from California with his new buddy Al Pacino to Pittsburgh to open up a car wash. Okay, do are they successful? Do they make it? You'll just have to watch. There's a couple character actors that you'll know from other films in this film. So again, another film I definitely recommend, Scarecrow. Check it out. All right. Next up, another Pacino film. Pacino did two very good films in 1973. The next one is Serpico, right? Okay, Frank Serpico. This was directed by Sidney Lumet, who has one of the best filmographies a director can have. He just had a great career, in my opinion. Um, Al Pacino plays Frank Serpico. He's an honest cop, all right, and he is just surrounded by dirty cops. Every transfer, he's just surrounded by dirty cops, and they want nothing to do with him. They try to bribe him. They try to get him in with them, but it just doesn't work. And man, this was one of my favorite films, early films of Pacino. I remember when I first started getting into, watching De Niro and Pacino and those great 70 films. This was one of my favorites, and it's still one of my favorites. It really holds up still to this day. So, Serpico. Okay. All right. Next up is the film that I talked about in my first video. Right, Mean Streets. Okay, Robert De Niro, Harvey Keitel, directed by Martin Scorsese. This is documentary style filmmaking. Martin Scorsese introduces us to four thugs, and it's kind of like, 3 or 4 days in the life of these four individuals, and how they handle their lives and situations. Harvey Keitel, you know, boy, he's got a lot of stress in his life, and everywhere you go, there's somebody that wants something from him. Okay, so again, this is Mean Streets from Martin Scorsese, and one of my favorite films of 1973. Check it out. Okay, The Sting. Okay, it's a good film. I enjoy it. I don't think it's best film of 1973. I don't think it's one of my favorite films of all time. I do enjoy it, like I said. I did watch it recently a couple months ago, and I enjoyed it more than I did last time I watched it. However, I don't think it deserved to win Best Picture from 1973. And I think the film that should have won is The Exorcist. Right? William Friedkin, hot off the success of The French Connection 2 years prior, and film starring Max von Sydow, Ellen Burstyn, the great character actor Lee J. Cobb, and Jason Miller. And you can't forget about Linda Blair. Man, did they really put her through the ringer in this film. Intense, great filmmaking, great chemistry. The chemistry between Ellen Burstyn and Lee J. Cobb, some of the best that you'll see in any film. Okay, Max von Sydow, his performance is very powerful. Scary, yes. Emotional, yes. And this, all in all, great filmmaking from William Friedkin. So this is probably my favorite film from 1973. Okay, hopefully you've seen it. If you haven't, check it out. All right, everybody. Again, this was my list. Please, in the comment section, leave your list, your 5 favorite films from 1973, and I'll be back soon with 1974. Take care, everyone.